this is Gallium Gamer here, and welcome to another car review. Today we're reviewing the Ibishu Kashira, your favourite everyday minivan. I'll just have to go reposition my mic real quick. And as a fact, today I'm wearing headphones, so you won't be able to hear any of this, which I will now demonstrate. And yeah, that is quite bad. So, now going over to the Kashira, it has different things that a normal car wouldn't have, like sliding doors. Because this is a minivan and it's a beamng, these obviously work. And what you can do is you can jiggle the car and you can move them independently. You see here? Moving them independently. Now just close the other one and now working around. This is actually the Mark II Kashira. And as a fact, you can't have the Mark I and the Mark II installed on the same time because it'll break the sounds. These beautiful sounds. So I'll just let you listen to it real quick. So that's the sounds. And with that out of the way, we can start with driving the DX version. So I'll just go ahead and launch it. 3, 2, 1, launch. That is one nice launch. And now with the launch out of the way, we can get to driving the Kashira. So, put my lights on so I can see the dash. It's quite simple, but I need to go put my volume down. Mine side. Okay, so it will drive as sloshy as you'd expect. This is a minivan for everyone who doesn't know. So I'll go ahead and crash it. Then the second impact. As this minivan is based off of the old Bessemer, it deforms very well. There is a bit of clipping, but very little spiking, which in older mods or mods from not the official gaming, not the official forum, because those probably have viruses. So stick to the forums. That's the best. You don't get a virus, and I should probably stop talking about viruses right now. So that's the first impact. And now let's get on to the next version. But before I get on to the next version, I will be talking about all the versions here. So we have the beta, an old dirty Kashira with a blown engine, blah blah blah. These are basically just the DX in other versions, as well as the taxi. Now, the DX EU has European plates on it. That's all there is. Then there's a medical transport version and a diesel version. Then we have the LX, a mid-trim Kashira with a 2.5 litre turbocharged engine, as before with the 1.8 litre non-turbocharged. So I'll just go and spawn the LX up, and for a change I'll just spawn the reasonably ugly European version. So, loading screen. This is the LX version of the Kashira, and I just see a mistake. Dev, if you're seeing this is a 2.5 litre turbo, not a 1.8. So it's got a two-tone livery, different hubcaps, still the same moving doors, a roof rack and a roof window, as well as a spoiler. So This one sounds just like any other car, which the DX does not. So I'll go launch it off the line now. This one is definitely more powerful, but has the same sloshy old suspension as the DX does. So I'll give you one crash in this at about 80, I'll say. I'll just go ahead and fly off that cliff. Okay, and there you go. I'll get the initial impact as well. Nice flip, and if it's good, we'll get a nice side-on impact flying downwards, kind of like that. And then just tumbling down a cliff. And with this being the 1.16 update, we have scraping sounds. And one very long fall. So this is this version then. So on to the next one, which is the, well, first we'll go over the LX versions. There's the normal, the European one is actually just a 1.8. Then we have the Mira. It's an old quirky Kashira driven by a careless teenage girl. Yep, pause the video right now if you want to read that. Okay, then we have the ZX. It's got a big old V6 in it, and that's about it. I don't think we'll bother with that one because it's just a bit faster. So then we have the GTZ. This is a special trim sold only from 1996 to 1998. Probably because there wasn't much market for a turbocharged V6 minivan with all-wheel drive. Nonetheless, it's still the best way to rush kids to school when they're running late. So now getting this thing out. It's got ETK sounds, which is an inline 6. Yep, I think I know those quite well. So, the same sliding doors, different engine, and better acceleration. So, shift into first, rev it up to 5k, and dump the clutch. And straight give you a crash after that. Full speed, don't care, off a cliff. Nice. There we go. And you just saw a nice demonstration of the scraping sounds because it slid sideways. Next version. Okay, next up we have the special ones. So the show car, it's just a GTC. Then we have the 2004 tuned, an absolutely horrible tuned Kashira with cheap lowering springs, a questionable body kit, and underbody neons. I think I'll need eye bleach as well. So, then we have the Wabble Custom. Over here, parked like a douchebag on both spots, is the Wabble Custom. A lifted and very wobbly minivan that's fit for off-roading or your average backyard trail. I think I could do some drifting with this. Well, not drifting, or like power slides to just fling around. For the parking brake, okay, the parking brake doesn't work, and it is all-wheel drive. So one more try. Nope, it doesn't drift. So, good luck. Back to non-off-roady mode. And let's go off-road, because it fits. it does reasonably well off-road. It would need better tires, but what can you blame the dev? It's just a minivan. I mean, like, we have the H series that can go off-road pretty well, but that's based on the D series, which is a pickup. So then I'll demonstrate the wobbliness of the suspension. I'm like, that's not supposed to happen. But it was totally planned and definitely destructive. So, moving on, the next version is the Ibishu Kashira. This would be the Yomu Itasha. It's basically the track version without the roll cage and Itasha paint job, which I can show off right now. But first, I'll go rev it a bit. Get to that exhaust. Woo! So it spits flames and it's an Itasha. So I'll just slowly zoom around it once. Mind the ears and the teeth. Jiggle the doors a bit. And that's it. So moving on, because we don't need to drive this one, we'll get to that shortly. We have the sleeper. Despite its mismatched hubcaps and worn appearance, this Kashira packs quite a punch with a Stage 2 turbocharged V6 and all-wheel drive. Just a fast GTZ if you ask me. Then we have the rally versions. Just the track versions. But then we have the drag versions. A drag minivan with front-wheel drive. So the first thing I'll try out because it's not automatic. So I think I'll go rev it up quite high and slam into reverse. It does exactly what I expected. It does a reverse wheelie. So I'll get that on camera again. About here. And let's go. And reverse. See that? That's a minivan lifting its back end. And taking off forwards again for that matter. The next thing we have to try with this thing is reverse and then forwards. But the next thing is back into reverse. Woo! See that? That's one high reverse wheelie. The only thing that can top reverse wheelies is tumbling over, like the roll golf from the last video. So, I'll get this thing down onto a straight piece of road and do an acceleration test. Well, not really, but sort of. Just demonstrate how fast it is. So, we're here now, and I'll just quickly go line it up, because this is one fast boy. Okay, guess I'll leave it in drive, count down to 1, and take off. 3, 2, 1. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, it's not under control. I guess that's a failed attempt. So attempt number 2. Gonna be starting from about the same spot and go. Don't turn. It is very sensitive to turning input. But it does take off and flip equally. So that was the drag minivan. moving on, we have the hill climb version, because I can just skip the track one. The twin-charged 2,500 horsepower minivan that nobody asked for. For the best performance, it's recommended to ease into the throttle, but uncontrollably barreling down the street at full speed can be fun too. So, now getting this thing out. This is the hill climb version. It's got a turbo and a supercharger. That's what you call twin charging. Okay, so I'll just release the clutch right there. But what I'm going to do is just completely hit the throttle in 3, 2, 1. Woo! This is definitely another fast boy. I think this thing even accelerates faster than the drag version. So, I'll show the acceleration from the interior now. So, 3, 2, 1, take off. Oh god, oh god, oh god, ow, 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 drifting, and rock face. This is definitely one fun minivan. So, moving on to the last version I'll be showing before the crash compilation. It's the Ram van. So, let's get this thing out. It's basically a van with a huge ram plow in the front. Woo! That definitely just instantly blew it. But that J-toe is definitely bending the whole frame. So, 6th gear and power. This thing has J-toe rockets. We're going 400. If I looked right, that was like 450. So let's get something to hit. I'll just put it somewhere back here. I think here should do. So I think I could just get a K series. I done goof. I accidentally replaced it. But now that I don't have the menu in the way, I can respawn the minivan back here. So Ram van spawn new. That's the thing I was missing. So if I just go ahead and turn it around, but just be careful because I don't want to hit full throttle because that's what makes all hell break loose. So 6th gear, power. This is 8 times slower than real time. I need definitely to slow that to get that plow on the bottom. And well, if you say that this is definitely not a Scoopy boy, you're wrong, because this is one Scoopy boy. So I think that can be it for this video, but be careful, this thing's explosive. Oh god, I think it's doing the reaction. Okay, I think that just blew me into heaven. So on with the crash compilation.